Hi. Food for Thought, episode 17. Rejection is redirection. Again, rejection is redirection. You're never rejected. You're only redirected. Whether that is a girl or guy that you were talking to got ghosted, you got broken up with, or you did the breaking up with. Well, then I guess you rejected them and not the other way around. The job that you applied for that you didn't get, the audition that you did for callbacks and you didn't get. This kind of plays into the whole determinism versus free will. We can have that conversation later. That'll be an interesting conversation. This goes more into determinism, honestly. This is a more like fate type thing. Bigger picture, reality, this life, it's a play. It's all a play. We're characters. I know you guys have heard it. We're all characters on this stage. It's so true. And the more you kind of wake up to different things, the more you realize that it is a play. It's all been played out already. There's just different decisions that we made to go down different paths, but they kind of lead us to the same checkpoints, if you will. At least that's how I like to think about it. So redirection. There's been a lot of times in my life personally where I haven't gotten something, mostly auditions or jobs and stuff like that. And I got really disappointed because I'm just oh man, I thought I did really good. I thought I made a great impression. What happened? What went wrong? And then later on, 3 to 6 months later, I see or witness or see a picture of the boss hanging out with. This literally happened. So I was doing a production, and I thought I made a great impression, worked hard, stuff like that, and gave my information to the director producer. Never called me back, and I was like, what the heck? I was a great PA that day. Why didn't they ever call me back? I wanted to work on more productions with them. And I think it was 3 months later, I saw a picture with him hanging out with somebody who I had previously worked with who I didn't like. And I was like, oh, that's why. So they were keeping me away. It's crazy too, because literally there's a car parked next to me. I'm at the beach right now just hanging out, doing some work, obviously. And on the gas tank is a wolf. I wonder if you can see that. You see that wolf on the gas tank? You see that? That's crazy. Talk about synchronicity. That's amazing. Wolf spirit. So yeah, rejection is redirection. You're never really rejected. There's always a reason for it. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason you're accepted because you're supposed to be doing that thing. So yeah, there's no such thing as rejection. It's not about you. It's about the direction that the ultimate, your higher self wants to take you in a certain direction, and you might think that you got to figure out. We don't really have it figured out. We can think we do. The ego likes to know that we have it figured out, but the ego likes to be right? We like to be right. I'm at the point in my life where I like to understand. I would rather understand than be right, because I don't want to be, it's nice to be right. My ego likes to be right for sure. But I would rather understand, because the more you understand self, the more you understand people, because you see yourself in those people. So whenever something happens, maybe even a negative situation, you're able to go from 3D to 5D, which is observation mode. See yourself in third person type thing, within your brain. And you can kind of see the scenario play out and not get emotional about it. In a way, you can redirect your perspective, and the more you can redirect your perspective, the more flexible I believe you can be in life. You can just, we're limitless beings. We're able to adapt. That's why we're the dominant species on this planet, is because we can use critical thinking. We can use choice to obviously go through life. So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about, you're never rejected. You don't know what's in the future, and that's kind of the fun part about life. Some people get visions. I get visions, premonitions sometimes, but like I don't know when it's coming. And sometimes I forget. Most of the time I forget. So allow life to surprise you. And also on a note for rejection is just redirection. Go towards good feeling stuff. So whatever is going to make you feel good. And I don't mean like drug use or like, stealing or anything like that. Like, go towards stuff that makes your spirit feel lifted, that makes your soul feel lifted. Instead of continuing to follow a cycle of like, so let's say that you go for a job. I was just thinking about this one. You go for a job, you get rejected from the job. You're like, man, I didn't want that job anyway. So then why'd you apply for it? Don't apply for stuff that you don't want. Because then you just keep following this track of, oh, I don't want to do it, but I guess I'll do it because I need to do it. You don't need to do nothing. You're not desperate. You're not desperate. You know yourself. You know your levels, you know your skills, you know what you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, that's fine too. Just admit that you don't know what you want to do and dabble in some things. Like, try different things so that you know that you don't like it. Process of elimination helps a lot. So go after good feeling thoughts, good feeling things, just in general. That's work as well. That's career as well. What makes you feel good? Because the more it makes you feel good, the more you're going to bring that energy kind of back in. I hope that makes sense. So go towards what feels good, because that's also a part of the butterfly effect, which I talked about in other videos, and I'll talk about it again because I really like talking about the butterfly effect. It's so interesting to me. And you're never rejected. You're never desperate. You know your worth. You know your confidence level. You know your worth. So be your worth. You're never rejected. You're never rejected. You only get the best. You only get the best of the best. And if you're not getting the best of the best right now, you want the best of the best right now, figure out what the best of the best is for you. Yeah. Food for thought. Have a great day. Rejection is just redirection. Peace.